In a small town nestled amongst rolling hills, two strangers found themselves sitting next to each other on a crowded train. Lily, a young woman with chestnut hair and warm brown eyes, looked out the window at the passing scenery. Next to her, Max, a tall man with gentle blue eyes and a kind smile, clicked his pen nervously against his notepad. Feeling a sense of familiarity, Lily turned to Max and struck up a conversation. They spoke about their lives, their dreams, and their aspirations, finding solace in each other's stories. As the conversation went on, they discovered a shared love for poetry. Max took out a worn book of verses from his bag and started reciting his favorite lines. The words floated through the air like soft melodies, entwining with Lily's heart. In return, she recited a poem that had long been etched in her memory, her voice a gentle whisper. They bonded over their favorite verses, exchanging meaningful glances and fleeting touches. As the train rumbled down the tracks, Lily and Max delved further into their conversations, exploring the depths of their souls through poetry. The air around them seemed to shimmer with an undeniable connection, as if their hearts were speaking in a language only they could understand. With every stop that passed, their bond grew stronger. Lily's hand brushed against Max's as she reached for her bag, and they both felt an electric shock run through their veins. The train ride seemed to stretch out like a lifetime, and yet, it was not nearly enough time for them. Finally, their stop arrived. They stood up, their hands still trembling with the weight of their newfound connection. With only seconds before parting ways, their eyes locked, and they knew this was not the end. Max hastily reached into his pocket, pulled out a crumpled piece of paper, and scribbled his number, placing it gently in Lily's outstretched hand. "Promise me we'll continue our poetic journey together," Max whispered, his voice filled with hope and longing. Lily held the paper to her chest, feeling its warmth seep into her skin. She nodded, unable to find words, and watched as Max disappeared into the crowd. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months, but Lily and Max never lost touch. They exchanged texts and calls, sharing their thoughts, hopes, and poems. Eventually, they decided to meet again in that small town where their journey had begun, surrounded by the rolling hills that had witnessed the bloom of their love. When they finally laid eyes on each other, their connection remained as strong as ever. They felt their hearts synchronize like two perfectly crafted verses, and they knew that this train ride was just the beginning of their love story.